The Rock loves a beef with Dave, but this time it's no Meltzer, it's Dave LaGreca. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. The Rock continues to dig himself into a massive hole regarding WrestleMania. Like I said yesterday and the previous over 20 vids that's being made on WrestleMania to do with The Rock, shut your mouth, jabroni. You know what I mean? How many times did he tell people that back in the day? Shut your mouth and know your role. That's all The Rock's got to do. Every time he opens his mouth, the hole gets deeper. Alright? And judging by what he said to Cody Rhodes those months ago about souls and holes, I don't really want to go down the hole that The Rock's taken us on. But anyway, Dave LaGreca turned around and said this while on a Busted Open Radio. Now that everybody's bitching and moaning about the end of WrestleMania 41, The Rock is going to go on Pat McAfee, who's the biggest show in sports talk radio. You're going to go on his show and say, yeah, I would have done it differently. Yeah, I would have adjusted some things. Nice to hear from you now, pal. It's over. But really, you talk about a Monday morning quarterback. That's a Tuesday morning quarterback. Thanks, pal. Didn't make yourself available. Didn't show up at Mania. But now I'm going to say, yeah, I would have done things differently. You talk about completely throwing Triple H under the bus. That's exactly what The Rock did. You know what you say if you're The Rock? You know what? I thought they did an awesome job. But you know what? Don't say anything at all. But by saying that, you just threw Triple H on this bus. If you're not going to be there and you didn't take part of it, then you shouldn't say anything about it. End of quote. Here, I kind of agree with Dave LaGreca in some aspects of this, but at the same time, this whole, oh well, if you're not there and didn't take part, you shouldn't say anything about it. You know, if The Rock he is a shareholder, he's on the board, he's TKO, he's all this, he's that. Feels more like TK Maxx these days, but why can't The Rock voice his opinion? Now, did WrestleMania suck due to the fact that The Rock wasn't there? No, WrestleMania would have sucked anyway. I think people need to understand that. Would the main event have benefited for The Rock involvement? Yes, but The Rock's involvement at WrestleMania wouldn't have made Jey Uso Gunther any better, wouldn't have made Tiffany or Charlotte any better. It wouldn't have made any of the builds, apart from the main event build, any better going in to the show. You look at like LA Knight Fatu, who cares? Oh, it was a good match. It didn't really cut the mustard for me. The women's tag match, oh, but Becky Lynch came back because The Rock couldn't get there. All these excuses that are getting fired about for The Rock. I mean, Dave LaGreca going all after The Rock. I mean, did The Rock throw Triple H under the bus? I mean, I can see why people think that, because The Rock's basically saying, well, I wouldn't have done that, which is kind of funny. But here, so what would The Rock have done? The Rock's pretty much saying, well, I wouldn't have brought Travis Scott out to help Cena. So what would The Rock have done? Would The Rock have brought himself out if he was there? Or would he just have had Cena win dirty, boot to the boss, title, good night, we move on? Maybe he would have went down that road. But I just don't understand. I feel like we're almost deflecting blame from Triple H's nostrils and hanging it on the low-hanging fruit. You know, pinning it on it. And that's Dwayne in this instance. You can't just blame The Rock, right? For every little shortcoming. You really can't. It's like, look at all the WrestleManias in the past, right? See WrestleMania like 21. Austin Rock didn't have a match at it, and it was fun. It was still a great Mania. Yeah, I loved it, right? But obviously, if those two have a match at it, it's going to be a better card. That's just the facts. But you can't just... You have to give the other people that are on the show the chance to fucking breathe and actually do their work. And The Rock is never there. Yeah, he's a shareholder, but he's not Triple H. I mean, if you want a guy to pin all the blame on, it's Triple H. We're not talking about this main event. Match is the only thing that let Mania down. See, you have a 14-match card, right? Probably about half the matches were good on the night, but going into the actual show, probably about one or two had a decent build. The other 12 or 11 or whatever were brutal. And that's the fact. Just don't understand this pile on Dwayne. But you know what? Speaking of piling on Dwayne, let's get into Dwayne's comments. And I quote, because before we quote, he responded to Dave LaGreca on Instagram. And this is what he said. And I quote, "Hi Dave, the business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. Every aspect of it. Every match, every interview. Please join me, Cody, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for a creative discussion so you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. P.S. Tell Bubba I have Grand Marnier and hush puppies for all of us. Whiskey emoji, laughing emoji. Right. Where I've defended The Rock in the first part of this video, I'm about to go fucking through him. What is this guy's fetish and obsession with like breaking kayfabe? The business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. What's a work about it, Dwayne? You turned around and said that if you were... He literally said this on the Pat McAfee show, that if he was scripting it and if he was the booker, right, the writer, he would have done things differently to what they did in the main event. What part of that's a work? Is The Rock trying to pretend for to all the dumb fucks out there that he was working this when he went on the Pat McAfee show and broke kayfabe and talked about, well, I would have actually written this in, I would have changed that part of the script, I would have added that part. Is he trying to pull the fucking the people's eyebrows over my eyes? Because what logic exists for Dwayne? Can someone enlighten me here? See this breaking of the kayfabe, man. This guy, as I've been saying the past couple of days, see after WrestleMania, he should just shut the fuck up. He should have just not even addressed it. And if he was going to address it, you speak in character as the final boss. What is the point of Pat McAfee on the very same show selling a neck injury for Gunther when this guy's talking about writing and booking and scripting and this? It's pathetic, man. And everyone knows the business has been a work here. See every match, every interview. Not everything is a work. You do get some shoots. You've seen Charlotte and Tiffany do a shoot. Hell, wrestlers will change matches up on the fly. Stuff like that happens. But for The Rock to come out on his fucking high horse and say it's all work, what's he referring to? I mean, he didn't even... Because he hasn't even addressed like the comment about throwing Triple H under the bus directly. So that tells me that he's putting them all in the same, under the same roof. And basically telling Dave LaGreca and the rest of us that, yeah, that was a work on the Pat McAfee show. I don't understand it. I really, really don't. From The Rock, I don't get it. So the shoot interviews are now work. I think he's lost the plot. I honestly think The Rock has fucking... There is more people than ever in this wrestling business that you're beginning to realise that Vince McMahon kept them all in line. There's a reason when The Rock fucked off to Hollywood in 2003. You know what I mean? He would make sporadic appearances, and I'm not going to sit here and say like 11, 12, 13 Rock was shit compared to now. It really wasn't, but you look at Rock, you look at Michael Cole, you look at all these guys, and Triple H, even Shawn Michaels. Did McMahon keep every single one of them in line? I just can't believe it. A guy that grew up, and he brags about he grew up in the wrestling business. Did he? I don't think he did. Why is he claiming his interviews were a work? I don't even know where to go with this, man. The Rock needs to fucking shut up. Actually, shut up. This is getting ridiculous, man. He's burying the business, and he's tarnishing his legacy, man. It's almost like it's like, late 90s Shawn Michaels, pilled it, drugged it, pished out his tits, because I don't know what's happened here.